and grinding up the lead, reading cryptic manuscripts from masters who are dead, distilling down the mercury, the sulfur and the salt. I finally hit the resonance inside my basement vault. A flash of blinding crimson, a vapor turning cold. I watched the common iron turn to 20-karat gold. I drank the red elixir, felt the fire in my veins. I thought I cured mortality, I thought I broke the chains. But as my eyes snapped open to the frequency of light, I realized I just drafted myself into the fight. Welcome to the magnum opus, welcome to the war. The immortals in the shadows are kicking down the door. The saints and the corrupted, they've been fighting since the dawn, and now they know another stone is glowing on the lawn. I thought I found salvation, a quiet endless breath, but the secret of the ages is a battlefield of death. A man who looked like Babylon just phased right through my wall. A woman holding holy fire is waiting in the hall. Some want to heal the universe, some want to watch it bleed, and they all demand the formula, the root, the cosmic seed. You think the stone brings luxury, you think it brings you peace. It only brings the hunters, and the hunting doesn't cease. Lead to gold, they are coming. Flesh to stone, they are here. You wanted to live forever, now you have forever to welcome to the magnum opus, welcome to the war. The immortals in the shadows are kicking down the door. The saints and the corrupted, they've been fighting since the dawn, and now they know another stone is glowing on the lawn. I thought I found salvation, a quiet endless breath, but the secret of the ages is a battlefield of death. Transmutation complete. Draw your sword. They walk the dark path, drinking the years. Immortal kings drunk on the mortal tears. They thought I'd take the powder, swallow the prize, and live forever watching the whole world die. But I broke the lock seal, I looked at the core. The crimson ether whispering of holy war. I don't need a the dead clay lies. I spark the powder and the shadows rise. No blood to bleed, no bones to break. I breathe the ether and the earth awakes. March of the golems, born of the stone, topping the gods on their obsidian thrones, fueling the fire with the endless light. We're tearing the dark from the immortal night. With the god spark burning in a hollow chest, we're putting the ancient ones to their final rest. Yeah, the magna opus is a battlefield, and the earth itself will never yield. I lit the oil lantern, it's burning forever, binding the mud and the magic together. Statues of dirt with the universe inside, standing in ranks where the mortals have died. The dark ones are laughing, they're drawing their blades, thinking they're fighting the men they betrayed. But my soldiers don't tire, my soldiers don't sleep, and the wrath of the ether cuts endlessly deep. A pinch of the red dust, a mounting of clay. The gods of the dark path will answer today. I traded my forever to end their reign. Let the dust return to dust again. March of the golems, born of the stone, topping the gods on their obsidian thrones, fueling the fire with the endless light. We're tearing the dark from the immortal night. With the god spark burning in a hollow chest, we're putting the ancient ones to their final rest. Yeah, the magna opus is a battlefield, and the earth itself will never yield. From the blackened trench, a shadow sets its sails. It's the Legion, 1,000 faces stitched onto a beast. The hive mind of the hungry dead, arriving for myths and monsters from the corners of the dark. But I hold the Godstone, and I'm striking up the spark. I toss a handful of the powder to the broken, bloody skies, and forge a flock of iron hawks to tear out all their eyes. Flesh and bone against the clay, the ether burns the night away. The Legion tries to break the line, but Earth will never bleed. We're fighting fire with the dust, planting a violent seed. You cannot kill what has no soul. You cannot break the stone. The Magna Opus takes the field, and we will take the throne. Stand your ground, light the flame, send the monsters back from where they came. The Legion wraps its 50 arms around the golem's chest, trying to crush the infinite, trying to fail the test. The clay just cracks and pieces fall, but the core is burning bright. The golem reaches in its chest and pulls out liquid light. It detonates the ether, a shockwave hits the horde, while I am in the background sculpting lions with a sword. I'm carving wolves from granite, pouring wax upon their teeth, unleashing heavy magic from the holy dirt beneath. They thought they knew the alchemy, they thought I wanted life, but I just weaponized the earth and turned it into strife. The Legion is unraveling, the voices stop closed by a nightmare of stars that the immortals chose. A tear in the sky, a geometry of pain, with a million black tentacles drinking the rain. It's an Eldritch god blocking the gates to the town, trying to drive my whole army completely right into the ground. It whispers in shadows, it screams in my head, trying to show me the cosmic despair of the dead. But my ground troops can't reach it, the horror's too high, so it's time to push alchemy into the sky. I sweep up the ash and I mix it with stone. I'm pulling the iron right out of the bone. I carve out the wings from obsidian glass and pour in the red powder, stepping on the gas. Awake my archangels of gravel and grit. The void has a mouth and we're flying into it. Chained to the ether, ripped through the black. We're riding the thunder and we're never looking back. The immortals are hiding behind cosmic fear, but statues of granite don't shed any tears. You can't break the mind of a weapon of clay. We're burning the tentacles, clearing the way. Fly, my stone gargoyles, swallow the light and tear down the Eldritch god ruling the night. The sky is a war zone of magic and mud. The horror is raining down black, freezing blood. It wraps a thick limb round a golem of quartz and crushes the rock in a shower of sparks. For everyone broken, I'm launching up 10. I'm sculpting a hurricane of unfeeling men. They latch on the eyes of the beast in the sky, with a glowing red fist punching holes in the lie. The monster is screaming, reality bends, but the ether is infinite. The stone never ends. It tries to project its madness into their heads, but the clay has no brain, the dirt has no soul. The nightmare realizes it has no control. Overload the cores! Let the ether detonate! cobblestone is painted deep with ash. My clay soldiers hit the ivory doors and breach them with a crash. We step into the marrow of the cosmic tower spine, where the ancient cowards sit around and drink their stolen wine. There stands the Comte de Saint-Germain, in velvet, silk and gold, drawing an immortal blade, pretending he is bold. And John Dee in the shadows, whispering his Enochian lies, trying to summon demons from the terror in my eyes. But demons cannot terrify a golem made of mud, and a sword of gold does nothing when the enemy has no blood. You hoarded all the centuries, you stole the sands of time. You thought the universe was yours to conquer and to climb. But I brought the heavy ether, and I brought the final toll, to take the ticking clock back from the masters of the soul. Tear down the bone tower, shatter the spine. The Magna Opus takes back the divine. We're crushing the hourglass, breaking the glass, watching the age of the immortals pass. The Godstone is burning, a furious red. We're returning the kings to the realm of the dead. No more forever, no more of the lie. Tonight is the night that the immortals die. Cagliostro tries to run, throwing hexes at the wall, but a granite titan grabs his throat and watches his empire fall. Old Nicholas Flamel is weeping, clutching at his chest, realizing his philosopher's stone is second to the best. Even Rasputin is choking on the glowing crimson dust, as the golem's heavy iron hands turn all his bones to rust. The dark path is collapsing, the magic starts to fold. They traded in their humanity for a mountain made of gold. The tower is falling, the ivory cracks, the statues of clay stop in their tracks. There is no one left to fight, there is no one left to kill. The cosmic bone crumbles and the valley goes still. I look at the ether burning so bright, and I snuff out the lantern. Let there be night. And watch the age of the immortals pass. The Godstone goes quiet, the red turns to gray. down the cobblestone is painted deep with ash. The gates are down, the cobblestone is painted deep with ash. My clay soldiers hit the ivory doors and breach them with a crash. We step into the marrow of the cosmic tower spine, where the ancient cowards sit around and drink their stolen wine. There stands the Comte Saint-Germain in velvet, silk and gold, drawing an immortal blade, pretending he is bold. And John Dee in the shadows, whispering his Nopian lies, trying to summon demons from the terror in my eyes. But demons cannot